The Suicide Squad marketing cycle is finally in full flow, and we got our first insider focused on gameplay and story last week, as well as a Harley trailer yesterday. From that insider and info around it, we've got some more details, specifically about what we can expect post-launch. Heading over to the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League FAQ, Rocksteady state, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will have regular post-launch seasonal updates, earnable at no additional cost through playing the game. Updates will include new story content, playable characters, missions, gear, weapons, cosmetic items, in-game events, and more. Now, I may be reading a little much into it, but they say characters and not villains, which is very interesting. Could they be teasing a playable League member here? I don't know. But with that said, I want to talk about the top 5 characters that I want to see added to this game in the future. Now, the way I'm thinking about this is the way Rocksteady have showed the game. They need to be a shooter or have the believability of them being a shooter. They've got to have stylish and unique traversal, and they have to fit within the realm of the Suicide Squad. Not being an unusual member per se, but they could be in this world Suicide Squad. Alright, with that said, let's get into it. Coming in at number 5, I'm going to get the boring, obvious one out of the way. We've got Deathstroke. I mean, how can we not? I still think back to that original Arkham Origins trailer of him squaring off against the Bat. It was so good, man. And let's be honest, after his boss fight in Arkham Knight, Slade needs some redemption. He needs some retribution, man. He also fits into the style that Rocksteady are going for here. Melee supplemented with shooting. He's literally an assassin or mercenary. It really fits. Plus, Arkham Origins, did have that post-credit sequence of Waller recruiting Deathstroke. I think he also has great customization potential too. Not just in terms of like colour palettes, but this is a character with a lot of comic book history, that's for sure. Traversal wise, I don't know what they do. It's Rocksteady making this game, not me at the end of the day. Maybe a cross between Harley's Grapple or something like Nightwing's Glider from Gotham Knights, though maybe a little less Fortnite and more Arkham. But yeah, we need Slade in this game. Speaking of what else I want to see, I want to see you scroll down and hit that like button if you're excited for Suicide Squad to support this channel. I also want to see another Arkham Origins character make an appearance here. Number 4, we've got Firefly. Hear me out, okay? This will provide a different toolset. It fits with the traversal and is solely different. I promise, by the way, that this whole list is not Batman villains, even if it is the Arkhamverse. But like, think about it. We've got our SMG with Harley, Sniper with Deadshot, Shotgun with Boomer. How about a flamethrower? I mean, come on. If traversal speaks for itself, it'd of course be similar to Deadshot, but you could also add like the dive mechanic from the Arkham games to then generate that speed. It fits so well. Going back to the flamethrower for a second, it'd be really cool to mix up the sandbox, like the synergy a flamethrower could have with other weapons, could apply debuffs. Also, what could his ultimate be? This pick is definitely a niche one, but going back to cosmetics, the League-inspired suits that this guy could have would be sick. Not to mention the other things that you could do and manipulate around it would be really cool. I don't think we'll get him. I just think he would definitely fit into the sandbox, but I'm not sure it's a character that might appeal to the masses, and that's fine. But I'd be down for it. Moving away from Batman's Rogue Gallery, at number 3 we've got Captain Cold. This is a little similar to what I'm thinking about with Firefly. We've got the basic assault rifles, SMGs. Captain Cold could have a really diverse arsenal based on his whole icing premise. Alright, now bear with me. I'm aiming for the skies, and this would be tough to do. But we're already getting a little crazy with traversal as it is. Give this guy some like Frozone level traversal, like making his own path with ice and then sliding through it. Come on, you with me? How sick would that be? Rocksteady already have created some extremely fun traversal in this game, so why not take it up another level? If you wanted to scale it down a little bit, maybe taking inspiration from like Red Hood's leaps in Gotham Knights but replacing that with ice could be pretty cool, and then when he's on the ground kind of ice skating. I know that's like not the usual interpretation of Captain Cold, but you can respect the history of the character and create a Rocksteady version that's different at the same time. I think again you could have really good synergy with the characters both in movesets, but also back and forth banter with the rest of the squad. I think it'd be a terrific addition to the game, I really do, and one that really stands out from the rest of them. Before we get down to the last 2, I want to rattle off a few honourable mentions. Lex Luther first up, mainly because I wouldn't be too surprised if he became an endgame playable character. I mean, we've seen him all geared up in his suit, and that boy's either dying or we're playing as him. I really do believe that. Peacemaker, I haven't mentioned because I think he's a lock. Undoubtedly probably going to hit around the same time as Season 2 series premieres. That synergy, it's too good to pass up, and I think he's been mentioned in other lists anyway, but I really do think he'll be in the game at some point, so I didn't really want to include him in my list here. Final honourable mention is Red Hood. It makes sense. He fits. It may get passed upon because we've just had Gotham Knights at the end of the day, but I mean, come on, the Arkham Knight suit, his Red Hood design was clean. He's already got the sidearms ready to fit into the shooter. It's an easy win to get Arkham fans back on Rocksteady's side, and it would be a really cool character to have. Plus, you know, that back and forth with Batman maybe, depending on what happens to the league. We don't know. Right, the last two. Coming in at number 2, we've got Black Manta. This guy has to be included. I mean, come on. Aquaman 2 releases a few weeks after this video, and he's like one of the coolest looking villains in DC, and you cannot change my mind. He absolutely fits in this world, in this game, with this squad. Black Manta has to be added. He's ultimately obviously being his lasers, but the potential could be so cool, man. He's no stranger to using firearms. In terms of traversal, I don't know, man. Probably a little similar to Deadshot with an Atlantean touch. Again, thinking customization. Ooh, give me a Batman-inspired Black Manta, just how like the Deadshot one looks. Also, I'm secretly hoping Aquaman is in this game as a boss fight that they just haven't shown off yet and they've got a few league members under wraps. But even if he isn't, who better to bring in to fight as post-launch content than Aquaman himself, right? Maybe even a new small playable area in Atlantis or like some underwater base, something cool like that. He absolutely fits, particularly in terms of power and going up against the League and Brainiac's forces. I think he'd be a terrific choice for this game. Alright, numero uno, number 1. I'm reaching, but I think it's plausible, I really do. The final character I want to see in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is none other than Sinestro. Now, bear with me, because I said at the top of the video, everyone I'm saying here has to fit into the style of Rocksteady traversal plus the firearms. But, what if we use Sinestro's ring and Sinestro creates his own guns and that's how it works and fits? His ultimate abilities, of course, use the ring as like one powerful attack and one power surge, but I think that can work. And I think that's how you can balance him and make it believable that he works here. Now, look, he's obviously the one otherworldly character that I've mentioned. Definitely not a typical member of the Suicide Squad, but I'm thinking, if you want to get people hyped about this game, bring them in, or if it's later down the road, bring them back to play in this game. What better way than to bring Sinestro in? You solve the ring problem by him using the ring to create weapons, and then bam, Sinestro is a great fit. I'm going to keep saying it though, customization would be sick for him. Thinking about how you could also create a new story around him in terms of maybe an otherworldly threat if we've already taken out Brainiac at this point. Maybe Brainiac retreats and takes reins of the Lantern Corp. Who knows, man, there's a lot they could do with this character and that would excite the hell out of me. But that's my list, and now I want to hear yours. What characters do you want to see get added to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? Tell me about what you want to see from them. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button, and if you want to stay up to date and looking for more Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League content, you are exactly where you need to be. So hit the subscribe button. Have a terrific day, and I'll catch you in the next one.